Well, welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. Today is an unbox video. I'm unboxing my newest purchase, CGC 9.8 purchase from eBay. And as the title says, this book was $150. So, yeah, we'll kind of go through some more details on the price, and because I feel I probably overpaid a little bit for this book. But really, the story with this book is I just really fell in love with the cover, I would say. Really love the cover. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I had already posted a picture kind of teasing this video on Instagram of this comic. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might know this comic already, but I'm kind of doing it as like a mystery unbox. So really just love the cover on this book. And this is a book I kind of already have in another variant. And yeah, I guess like I kind of pre-unboxed this, so it'll go pretty quick. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'd love to have you on the team here, our comic book collecting team. If you haven't already subscribed, when you do subscribe, the bell will pop up. Hit the bell for all our latest notifications. And yeah, definitely add me on Instagram as well. I'm pretty active on there, more so than Twitter now, I would say. So, you know, add me on Instagram if you want to message me. I know our last video is doing pretty good and got a lot of questions about it, which is awesome. So add me on Instagram and message me on Instagram if you want about whatever. Okay, so new comic. Get it out. It actually came in a Mylar sleeve, but it has like a rip on it, or like the Mylar on the side kind of popped, which is probably a bit of a downfall of Mylars because they're like kind of stiff. So I think the sides are prone to separate, which this one has. Okay. So this comic, CGC 9.8 Blue Label comic, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic, and yeah, I'll just get it showing you here. Newest addition to the collection is yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 95, the Comics and Ponies Kevin Eastman variant, I guess it would be called, with just the cool blank cover. It just really goes really cool with some of the detail on Jennika. So in this issue, kind of, you know, obviously Jennika all critically injured here and has like some IVs in her because she got the blood of Leonardo, and that's what turned Jenny into Jennika, kind of, or Jennika became a Ninja Turtle in this issue. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 95. So, yeah, again, I just really love the cover. Compared to the SDCC variant, which I think is kind of the other main variant that most collectors are really looking for, I just personally like this one a lot better. But, you know, the SDC one is okay, and it's much more rare. It's much more rare on the census, too. So, yeah, you know what? Looking at the CGC census on this book, because kind of surprised, actually, there's 136 CGC 9.8s in this book. So I think probably one or two people just got a bunch of them graded. Maybe they were like prime dealers and got a bunch of these pristine. So there's 136 CGC 9.8s in the Blue Label. And there's only, I think, one or two Signature Series books. And I saw one of these in the Signature Series sell for about $100 more than I paid for this one, kind of a week before. But to see only two of the Signature Series, and it looked really cool, kind of just having Eastman's signature on the white cover. So I think maybe an even better book would be an Eastman signed version of this, because there's 136 of these in the Blue Label. So quite a lot for a new book. I think this book will kind of go the route of Teen Titans number 12. I think the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs got really popular, and now there's 400 and something CGC 9.8s. So I think this book is kind of headed in that direction where, you know, in a couple of years there'll probably be about 400 of these. Although, maybe not, because these were limited printed. There's only 750 of these printed. And then I think the the San Diego Comic-Con version, there were 500, I believe, maybe even less. So limited printed, only 700 of these in the world. 136 CGC 9.8s already, but no, great cover, and the 9.8 ratio for newer books, you know, the census probably isn't as important. It's more about kind of popularity and first appearances and kind of the potential of the first appearances, I think, which I think, you know, this book has a lot of potential. It's a 97%, though, the CGC 9.8 ratio, so 97% of all graded books are CGC 9.8, so it's yeah, that's not what you really want to see at all. But you know, for older books, the 9.8 ratio is probably a lot more important. Just like on the census, so obviously 136 CGC 9.8s of these. In the cover A, which, you know what, I should have brought my note. I have 2 of them actually in the CGC 9.8 in the cover A of these. And the first print, there's 163 of those. So 163 of those, 136 of these. The SDCC variant, there's 29 of those in the CGC 9.8. So, and that one, you know, is basically on the internet right now for like 900 or best offer in the CGC 9.8, the SDCC variant. So, yeah, 29 of those in the CGC 9.8. If you're just hardcore and you want the most limited book, that's going to be the one to look out for. But personally, I like this cover better. And it's not as limited, but still somewhat limited, and just a really great cover, I think. Yeah, so get into prices a little bit. Just kind of look at it a little bit more. It is really pristine copy as well, which got a sketch back cover too. Yeah, only 750 of these ever printed, so I think that's pretty cool in and of itself. And yeah, this is issue number, I think I said this, issue number 95, where Jennika becomes a Ninja Turtle. So it's going to be a key with, you know, 97. So this is 95. Issue 97 is where she puts on the yellow costume. So I think that's going to be another one to, you know, look after. And I'm going to do a full Jennika video where I bring out all my Jennika stuff, because I've bought quite a bit. Yeah, so price. I paid $150 for this. It was a best offer. I think their price was like maybe 200 American. So I offered 130, and then they came back with 150, and I was going to offer 140 and kind of pick and choose a bit, and they probably would have accepted 140, but I just accepted $150. Which, yeah, you know what? I think considering how many of these there's 136 on the census, I think you're going to be able to get that cheaper. I probably, you know, I just really like the overall coolness of this cover, to be honest. I just wanted it. But looking on the census, doing some of the research for this video, because I did not look on the census before I bought this one. Being a newer book, you know, not as important. But to see 136 of them, I think that's just going to mean that there's going to be quite a lot out there right now, right at the beginning, while kind of the popularity kind of picks up with Jennika. So be patient on this one. I bet you can get it, you know, closer to like 120, closer to $100 for sure. Whereas the first print version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 95 in the CGC 9.8, which I have, I bought one of those for $95, which I think is a pretty fair price. That one being that there's 163 of those in the CGC 9.8. There'll probably be quite a few of those kind of, not flooding the market, but, you know, there'll be your opportunity to grab that, probably even lower than that. But yeah, you know what, for me, just more long-term potential for Jennika, because I think at the first hint of any kind of pop culture thing, and obviously there's Ninja Turtle movies, so the next Ninja Turtle movie having Jennika, I think, you know, I don't think these books will be, you know, around $100 at that point. They'll probably be over 200 and maybe even 300. Certainly, you know, I talked about Teen Titans number 12, the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. You know, a book that's only 2 years old. The Batman Who Laughs first appearance got really, really popular. And that book, about 4 or 5 months ago, was going for $350 to $400 in the CGC 9.8. And there's 400 or so of those, a little bit more than 400 CGC 9.8s on the census. So pretty thriving market. Now it's kind of, I've seen them kind of come down a little bit below 300, but still. I think this kind of has that type of potential. And I think the ultimate potential, and I don't even, it's kind of speculating, but NYX number 3, the first X-23, Wolverine's daughter, you know, these female characters have a tendency to blow up. So, yeah, I just really think, especially with Ninja Turtles, there's a bit of a supply cramp on people who want affordable, really cool key issues of Ninja Turtles. Because I know I kind of am a person who would like to collect more Ninja Turtles, but, you know, the first Ninja Turtles number 1 in the first print is kind of out of everyone's price range almost, and they're so hard to find. And then obviously you got the second and third prints, which I personally have been looking at. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 and the other prints. But you know, doesn't seem to be too many milestone issues like in Spider-Man and Batman. So I just think these could be a lot of potential. I recommend, you know, buying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #95, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #97, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #51, which is first appearance of Jennika, before she kind of becomes a Ninja Turtle in this one. I think, you know, these Jennika issues have potential, so I would recommend buying them. And really kind of happy just, you know, cases in good condition for this book as well. Yeah, it's got the coolest sketch back cover too that you wouldn't really knew otherwise. And yeah, so many of these on the census, so I would be, you know, if you wanted one of these, I would be pretty patient. I think the ultimate one, because I forget how many assigned Kevin Eastman signatured one of these, being that there's only a few on the census. That could be a really good one to go after. Okay, so I think that will be about it. I'm going to do a Teenage Mutant, because I have spent quite a lot of money on like Jennika issues and stuff like that, because yeah, I think the potential's there, right? That NYX #3 is the overall, could be the top. Like, that could happen, you never know. So, but if not, I think they'll do okay otherwise. But I'm going to do a whole video where I bring out all my Jennika stuff, because there were certain issues I bought like multiple copies of in the raw even. And there's a couple like variants I really like too. Kind of picking and choosing out of a lot of the variants. That the number 97, there's a lot of variants for that too. So, but out of the 95 variants, even though there's a lot of these on the census, I just think this one's the coolest. But if you're super hardcore, maybe go after the San Diego Comic-Con variant. Although, don't really care for that cover for some reason. But that'll be it for this video. Again, I invite you to join the team and subscribe to Team CGC 9.8 here. You know, love to have you on the team. And when you press subscribe, the bell will pop up. Hit the bell, get all our latest notifications. Add me on Instagram and Twitter too. Message me on Instagram if you have any questions too about whatever we talk about here. I usually can get back within a couple hours or whatever it might be. But yeah, thanks for watching today, and we'll see you on the next video.